So today what we're going to do is we're going to prepare for the war drive, right? So the war drive will be done in 2 weeks on a Saturday. It's going to take us all day. But we're going to use the same computers that we have here in the classroom. So the IBM ThinkPads. Now I have one, as you can see mine is a little bit different model than yours, but this is my war drive machine. Okay? So this one is a ThinkPad, IBM. Now they're Lenovo, of course, but this is the X31. So why have I chose this one for the war drive?
Small.
Exactly. I choose it because it was small. It's very, very light. It's about 3.8 kilograms. Now, what I've done some modifications to this laptop, as you might be able to see. The modification is actually very simple. What I've done is I went to the dollar store and I got some strips of Velcro. And I put the strips on Velcro right here on the top of the laptop itself. Now, when I do a walking war drive, I use my pack sack. So this is a standard pack sack that you can buy for laptop computers. Let me just close it up here. And so what I can do with this pack sack is obviously, as you can guess, there's a pocket to put in the laptop. So I put the laptop inside, and then this is a model that has a helmet support for bicycles. So on the helmet support, I put some Velcros here. You see? So what I can do then is I can put my GPS on the Velcro, and I can put my external antenna on the Velcro, but put the laptop inside. So I can walk around with my laptop to do war driving, and I just look like a normal guy walking around with a pack sack. So when I use it this way, I put the GPS attached here, right? On the external, but when I do it walking or on a bicycle, then I put it inside the pack sack, but I put the antenna. So this laptop has a PCM, CIA. This is a VIA card, right? So I take this card and I put it inside, and it has an external connector for an antenna. So I can have an externally mounted antenna, which I put right on my pack sack. And the GPS, this one is Microsoft. So this is the ones that I told you that you can get for about $20. It's from Street Maps. I think it's version 7.0, something like that. So it's an old version of Street Maps. But for the war drives, it works great. And because it's Microsoft, basically I plug it in and it automatically recognizes it. Okay, so I handed some GPSs to some of you. Those who were here at the agreed time that we would start. So these are different models of USB GPSs. This one here is a Delorme Earthmate. This is a $30 GPS. So very cheap, very inexpensive, and it works great for war driving. Another model of GPS that we have is this one. Let me just unplug it for a second. So this one, what's the brand name? I can't remember. This is one that I bought on eBay. You know, this one has a magnetic mount, so we have to be careful when we use it because we don't want to erase anything with it. But this one is a model that works on PC and on Macintosh. So this is why I chose this one. And finally, thank you. This is, as you can see, this is also a Garmin. It's a 12XL. It's a fairly older model of handheld GPS. So when you turn it on, this will work as just a normal handheld GPS for example, to use in the forest or trekking or whatever. But it has an externally mounted antenna. So this is an antenna. And it has a fairly long cable, so you can have this inside the car, and have the GPS antenna outside. There's a serial cable. Thank you. So these type of GPSs, they use something called a NEMA cable. It's a 4-pin connector. And you can buy a cable that allows to connect it to a DB9 serial port. Now, if you have a laptop that doesn't have a DB9 serial port, what you need to get is a USB to serial converter or adapter. So then I just connect this, plug this on the back of the GPS, and the USB allows me to connect in the USB port. As long as I have all the drivers for this, it works great. Okay? So that's the GPS portion. So why do we need a GPS?
To know where we are. To map the access.
Real position.
Yes, to get the position of where we are when we're doing the ward drive. So the software that we're going to be using is called netstumbler. And netstumbler, when it catches an access point, it records a certain number of things. It records the SSID, it records the channel, it records what type of encryption. If it's it records the MAC address of the device, and sometimes it's also able to record the brand name of the access point. And if you have a GPS, it will record the coordinates. So it will register when it first catches the access point. It will track it as long as you have the signal, and then it will stop tracking it when you lose the signal. So this allows you on a map to actually see the signal. So from where can I connect to this GPS, to this access point, and when does it stop? So it shows you a nice round circle basically on the map. When you later convert this to a mapping software, and in this case we have software that allows to convert netstumbler data into Google Earth, then I can actually create a map of the area that's covered. So I can see them on the map. That's a very, very useful tool to have. All right? So all of you, if you have your laptops, you can all turn them on. Are they all on? So I'm going to use this one. We'll see how long the battery lasts before I have to connect it. Now, do all of you have your wireless adapter? I guess there's one integrated in the laptops.
Yeah.
So just for today, we're going to use this one. Okay? Now, we're going to use the software netstumbler. Is netstumbler already installed on your computers?
On mine, yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to install it on mine, so at least I'll show you how it's installed, all right? So obviously I need to have some kind of internet access. Could be wireless, but let's say that in this case I don't have my wireless. So how do we find the software? Anyone?
It's browse the web page.
Web page?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Let me just share my screen.
Not telling you what type of encryption it is.
There we go. Okay.